What up? What up? Yo.
Oh, yes.
You already
Hey,
know.
I can't
Feels
believe
good to be home,
we-
baby.
have not canceled us, man. Let's keep
We here.
Man.
What's up, y'all, man? First and foremost, I want to say thank you for tuning in to 0 Day Plus 4, another episode of your boys Crypto Money Movers.
Yes,
And
sir.
just remember, man, we're a group of friends. We started a crypto investing and trading group, and we had bi-weekly meetings, and we decided to take those meetings public. So, guys, I'm telling y'all, it's good to see y'all, man. Y'all are some beautiful men, man. Y'all are some beautiful
We're not
friends.
today, bro.
Pause.
We're not doing it. We're gonna pause.
Beautiful to make some money.
Yo.
All of that.
Let's pull up some
Hey.
of these beautiful charts. You know what I'm saying?
y'all keep letting me host. We getting canceled, man.
I know.
Y'all keep letting Crypto Bam host. We
Those are
getting
Those are
canceled.
facts.
But hey, before we jump in tonight, we got a lot we're going to talk about, y'all. We're going to talk about one of the most important things in cryptocurrency. That's the difference between trading crypto and investing in crypto. We're going to talk about how to take profit and what exactly is taking profit. But before we jump in, let's go around the horn again. I'm Crypto Bam, your host for tonight. Crypto God, man, say what's up to the people.
What's up, people? Crypto God here, trying to learn from these good people. You know, we come to you every week, man. We have a lot of energy coming into the show. Keep in mind, man, we're a very, 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 very busy people, man. To take this time to talk to you is one of the joys of my week. I hope you guys appreciate it. Follow, like, subscribe, and let's make this money.
Hey, Crypto Murph, man, say what's up to the people, bro.
What's up, good people? Thank you for spending your most important asset, and that's your time with us today. Make sure you like and subscribe. I feel like I missed you guys. I was off last week. I was out, had a lot of things going on. But I can't wait to get back because I was like, there's so much alpha in these charts. I had to make sure my people, they know what's happening. Because
Let's do it.
as I referred to the recording from last week, I think they mentioned a project that I had mentioned to you guys some weeks before, and if I recall, I think it may have hit the target, but I don't know. Don't quote me on that. We'll revisit it. But if you did take advantage of that, then good job. Guess what? I got another one for you, and as I always say, the charts, I'll tell you the news. Let's get it.
That's right, man. And last but not least, again, this is your IKEA Roman Reigns, and we got to go to our IKEA Vin Diesel. Vin Roxo, what's up, man?
God, this
Y'all
guy.
already know. AKA the Black Bruce Wayne, AKA middle-aged multi, AKA the People's Champ,
Let's go.
AKA Lights, Camera, Act Up. Let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, guys. So we've had a lot going on in the crypto market. Interestingly, today, the market has actually been doing some movement that I think is a little bit uncommon for a Sunday. The weekends are usually a little dry. But let's jump right in here to the first topic for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't, you see it on the screen right back here. Like, subscribe, and tune weekly to Crypto Money Movers. Let's talk about the difference, guys. Trading cryptocurrency versus investing cryptocurrency. Now, we know with stocks and equities, that's when you buy a stock in Nvidia and Amazon and Apple and Walmart. You are oftentimes investing. You're buying now, holding for the long term, hoping to see a return on that money. So if you put in $100, you're fine waiting 2, 3, 4 years for it to be $500. Cryptocurrency and Crypto Murph, I want to kick this off with you as our resident crypto expert. You can't invest in every cryptocurrency, but you can trade in almost every cryptocurrency. So let's kick it off with you, trading versus investing. Let's protect people from getting Thanos out here.
Absolutely. So guys, so before Bam completely takes us in a different direction,
Right,
we have no business going on. Let's just gotta simplify things, right? Let's frame it up like this. So if we're looking at the cryptocurrencies market and we're just thinking about, okay, what are some projects that we think now are significantly undervalued based off where they will be? It could be for multiple reasons. It could be based off the utility. It could be based off popularity. It doesn't necessarily have to make sense as to why there's undervalued numbers at the current moment. You just have to have a significant reason to think that there is asset is undervalued, and you can put your money there and wait patiently for returns and check it periodically, to your likings. And at the point in which you have achieved the return that you feel comfortable with, you can pull your monies and your fundings out of that. That's just a basic, way of kind of understanding investing in any projects. The most common ones in crypto typically are going to be your staples. It's going to be the ones that, barbershop talk you hear about, the XRPs, the Bitcoins, the Ethereums, the Doge coins that we heard years ago. It's going to be Solana, which has its own ecosystem. But when we start talking about, trading cryptocurrencies, we're literally prescribing a set timeline and a set target that we want to be in and out of any of these assets. And they don't necessarily have to be stable or the more popular options. It could be some of the mid cap and low cap coins, which is usually where you see the largest risk, but also the largest return. So if I'm just giving you a basic understanding, when you're entering into any kind of a crypto project, make sure you're asking yourself two questions. Am I buying this to hold long-term, at least 6 months, if not more? Or if I'm buying this and in 2 or 3 weeks, 2 or 3 days, even if the market performs a certain way, I would actually unload and take profits. That just helps you kind of just go into the trade with the right mindset. Because if not, emotions are gonna take over your decisions in real time. And more times than not, when emotions are part of decision makers in crypto, it usually leads to a bad result. So, just kind of keep those things in mind when you start thinking about the difference between trading and investing in crypto.
So when you're looking at your cryptocurrency, right? And we all hear the mantra, y'all. We've talked about it in our group. Hey, you always want to buy low and then you want to sell high, right? And I think Vin Rock, so I'm gonna come to you on this. But this concept of buying low and selling high is ideal if you want to trade, right? Short term. You can't buy at the top of a pump and then expect to trade it and make money. You want to buy at the bottom. But if you're doing longer term investing, so for example, let's say you believe in XRP or even Bitcoin. Bitcoin is presently 119,000 a coin. Does it really even matter if you buy at the top, if you're taking an investing strategy? Vin Roxel, with your equities experience, man, what are your thoughts on that? Buying at the top, selling at the top, buying at the bottom?
I don't want to know what was in that glass, but I know it's something extremely expensive.
We on that blue label. We on that blue label. We had a good weekend. We making it happen. But first and foremost, I got to let everybody know, the buying at the top. Buying at the bottom, selling at the top. It's a concept, but it's almost never accomplished. So keep in mind, the absolute top is not something that you're going to be able to hit unless you have a crystal ball, and none of us do. So you're trying to catch dips when I say the bottom, right? You're trying to catch, the ups and the downs, and then trade within that range, and then move forward if you're trading crypto. With stocks, the long-term thing is this. We're not trading for the past, we're trading for the future. So we're looking to saying hey, is this stock going to be higher tomorrow than it is today? Is it going to be higher a month from now, 6 months, a year, 2 years from now? What Bam is talking about is that long-term investing. So to your point, yes, you can buy at highs or all-time highs if you're buying stocks that still have room to double, triple, or what have you. There's stocks like Palantir that are up 10x, from years ago, and 2-3x people were called the top. People called NVIDIA's top 2023, 2024. It's still going up, right? So it's not so much about trying to catch the top. It's trying to make sure that you're looking to the future and ensuring that the stock or the coin you're looking at is going to be worth more tomorrow than it is today. And if you see multiples, you ride it out.
And when y'all look in Crypto God, for you here, when you're going and you're on, let's say, CoinMarketCap, and you're looking at your hot ones, right? Or you're on Coinbase and you're looking at your best performer on the day, right? You don't want to, do you want to go and say, let me take my retirement and I'm going to long-term invest in Fartcoin, or I'm going to long-term invest in Thano or Mandy or Gitcoin.
Don't you, man? Why you keep bringing up that?
He's still
over there.
His feelings are still hurt.
I think Bam may have went on the Dex. He may have went on the Dex account and bought that. Bam, you know what's funny? Bam might have put 10 grand in that coin and already be up 100 and not say anything. Because I don't know why he keep mentioning that. Why would you even still remember it? 3 weeks ago.
It still hurts. There's
a million and one coins in the Dex market, and he remembers that one.
It still hurts, Bam. Don't worry. I'm with you. It still hurts.
Mandy.
Oh my God.
Oh God. So God, hey, but tell us, man, like, would you take your retirement? Would you take a significant amount of capital? And can you invest? Is it possible, y'all, to invest in Dog Whiff or invest in Fartcoin? Or do you want to look for your mainstreams, your HBAR, Ethereum, Cardano, XRP?
So before Crypto Murph, because he's a lot more experienced in this type of investing, if you will, or trading when it comes to when it comes to coins, I'll say this: for someone who is a skeptic, I do see investment opportunity in XRP, in Solana, in Ethereum, in Bitcoin. I see investment in those coins that have either major utility or have made it large enough to where there's going to be a long-term play there. I don't see investment, again, I'm a skeptic, in some of the smaller coins that people are trading or what have you. So for somebody who's a skeptic, I'll invest in XRP. I want to say invest in whatever random coin somebody named after their ex-girlfriend. Right. All right, Crypto Murph. Let's you give the people the real deal here.
No, I mean, honestly, guys, I think Vin Roxon, I think you nailed it. I mean, as a person who's been through, I think this is my second and a half cycle, if you will, guys. So I went through a half a cycle when I was still learning the process, and I went through a full cycle in 2021. So now I feel like I'm a little more seasoned and ready for certain things this cycle. And I think Vin Roxon really nailed it. I mean, my stables are going to be where I have a lot of my bigger bags. When I say invest bigger bags, I mean investing. They're going to be long-term plays. And I'm also, which I will show you tonight, I'll give you a teaser. Our TA segment is going to be a project that's affiliated or affixed to one of the staples. And the reason why those affiliate coins are so important is because as the parent coin runs, let's say, for instance, if XRP does a 2x, these affiliate smaller mid-cap coins usually do a 4 or 5x, right? So when they pump, they really, really go because their market cap is so significantly lower than their parent company.
Let me ask you a question, Crypto Murph. So for those affiliate coins, are those often, I mean, I see coins that are like, 3 cents, 4 cents, 2 cents, 5 cents. If they're small on that level and they can double and triple, I like that affiliate coin play. Yeah. I need you to keep talking about that.
100%. And I will, because those are ones
right now.
Those projects are directly aligned to some of the centralized exchanges. So one of the projects I'm going to go over, which I'm not going to spoil it yet, is directly linked to Coinbase, the centralized exchange. So unless you think Coinbase is just going, pack their tents and head south, then more than likely this coin is also going to perform long term, and it has a history of being real strong too, and has a very, very good user case. So but even with those being some of the mid cap coins, they're still somewhat one of the ones that I put money in and I'm investing into it, even though my term in my mind is not 5-6 years. Like I have just to kind of be transparent, I have a crypto IRA audience. And literally, there's coins I'm not going to look at until I'm 70, probably, or when I'm going to give it to my kids and my grandkids. I don't care what it does. I just know it's going to be significantly higher at that point than it is today. And that's exactly what I have those specific accounts. And those
because you already rich.
Not at all. Not at all. I tell you what.
I'm pulling these coins, get these in my grab.
Hold on till he's 70.
I learned one thing a long time ago. Success leaves secrets, man. I mean, leaves clues. It ain't no secret. You locked in, it's right here. It's right here every Sunday.
Now, guys, I do want to chime in here, and it's something Vin Roxon mentioned when he talked about the coins that were 2 cent, 3 cent, etc. Right? Yeah. And I think the viewers have to understand it. And crypto, Murph, you've told them coin market cap. Y'all need to look at coin market cap, familiarize yourself with that. Information changes situations, right? Just because a project is 4 cents, Pudgy Penguin right now is 0.04283. That's 4 cents. Bonk is 0.403359. That's whatever that number is, less than 1 cent, right? That does not mean that those are worthy of investments or that they can 2, 3, 4, 5x necessarily. You can't equate price to market cap, and that's the key of it, because those are ranked. Right. Bonk is 42, Pudgy Penguin is 43, right? Those are big market cap projects on the first 100, right. And I think for the viewers, it's important to let them know, don't mistake being on the first page in market cap with, ooh, this might be a great 20-year investment. It doesn't always match up, right?
No.
All right. So with that said, let's pivot here, because we've talked about the investing ideas, trading, right?
Well, before you pivot, I just want to have, because I know this is something that's important when we're talking to people who aren't as versed in crypto as we are. When we say things like, 2, 3, 4x, let's just kind of explain what that means to them. And I want to kind of go back to when I was learning, right? All those things that you just said, I understand it now. Like, oh, this is going to do a 4 or 5x. I didn't understand it then. You know what I mean? Yep. And it's hard to have a conversation with someone who is, kind of talking over your head. So I kind of want to just kind of bring it back down to what it means when people say things like, buy the dip, or when it pumps, or, those kind of things. So when we're talking, let's kind of, because I still remember, it wasn't that long ago when I was a novice in this thing.
I was completely confused.
It wasn't that long ago. So I understand what people are saying when it comes. But just a little tidbit on investing versus trading. Murph a couple of weeks ago had he highlighted a coin that he did TA on, and it was Fartcoin. It was a meme coin. When he talks about trading versus investing, the meme coins that don't have any utilities, right? Like Fartcoin has 0 utilities, right? Yeah. You want to get in and get out, and again, follow the show, find out when a good entry point is and exit point is and all that good stuff. But he told us that it was going to go to 147. It was at a 1.16 when he did his TA. He said it's going to go to 1.47. It went to 1.58. So if you followed it and you followed his proposal, his opinion, you made money on Fartcoin, and Fartcoin does absolutely nothing for you. It literally is a meme coin that somebody just kind of came up with, but it had a good market cap, it had a good momentum, and he saw it by going to the charts, and he did his little analytical thing, and if you followed it, you made money. That's trading, right? You want to trade those coins, things like XRP, Bitcoin, and those things that actually have staying power. You can invest in it, and you might not want to, you might not have like the ability to keep it till you're 70 or 75 or whatever the case may be, but it has staying power. So it might hit a high today. But if you invest it properly and you follow Crypto Murph's advice as far as investing only things that you can actually afford to lose, then you don't have to take anything out. You can hold on to it, because those things are going to quadruple. It's going to go 10x, 15x in the future, and you can make ridiculous money. Bitcoin, my friends, was $57 12 years ago.
Yeah. And Crypto God is so
$1,000 right now. One coin.
Let me tell you guys a better
that's investing. I just want to put it out there.
I started literally just because I was doing a little exercise with myself and with some other folks, some actually younger teenagers I was mentoring about financial literacy, etc. So I said, here's what you do. Every 2 weeks, just put $100 into Bitcoin. I started doing this when Bitcoin was about 49,000. Guess what, guys? That was less than a year ago. It wasn't even a year ago that Bitcoin was less than $50,000. $1,000.
Crazy.
It is 100. I think the all-time high recently, a couple weeks ago, or last week was 123 and some change. It's at 120 right now as we speak.
Might hit 150 for the years out. I mean,
that's
facts.
I would bet, and I shouldn't say this, but I will say this confidently. If Bitcoin doesn't hit 150 before 2025 is out, there's a good chance I won't be in crypto anymore. I like
tripled your money in a year with that thing.
And I didn't do a lot, guys. I just put a little bit each 2 or 3 weeks. And here's what one thing I will reference, and I want you guys, if you're listening, just Google it at your own leisure. Go Google the Coinbase Bitcoin commercial. It's a it's a commercial about the value. It shows values and it uses the house as the actual prop.
Yep.
Listen to it multiple times. If you don't understand it the first time,
right,
it's gonna blow your mind. The second it dawns on you, it's gonna hit you and you're like, oh my God. It's so obvious about value. So
for sure.
Bro, I'm just stuck on you've been buying Bitcoin for so long. I need to get you liquored up and tell you to put your wallet address in the group chat, man. You've been holding out on us.
Don't get crypto bird kidnapped out here. Y'all
gonna be very disappointed because trust me, I'm deploying. Ben
Russell's the skeptic. Don't even come for me. And heat on me.
It was less than a year ago. I promise you.
And while we're on that, and before we jump into take profits and when to take profits, and we're not endorsed or sponsored by Coinbase or anybody else. That just happens to be one of the platforms we use.
Right.
But be on the lookout, y'all. You, the viewers, be on the lookout for incentives and rewards on your platforms and exchanges. For example, right now on Coinbase, if you put X amount of money in USDC, or if you buy cryptocurrency, you actually can qualify to get paid rewards monthly in Bitcoin. So Coinbase is actually giving you free Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And you know who's not? Bank of America's not. JP Morgan Chase is not. It is what it is. I mean, so be on the lookout for that kind of stuff because you get some free Bitcoin. It's like them contributing to your retirement for you. So with that said, guys, all right, now one of the biggest things, and this is one of the mistakes that traders, I don't care if you're talking about stocks or crypto, here in the crypto context, the number of people who are maybe watching this or who are involved in crypto who are thinking about 4 years ago, they're thinking about 8 years ago, the last bull cycles, and they didn't take profit. And they saw their lives could have been changed. Yeah. And then they were back to their normal job because they didn't pay the trader. Right. So first, what is taking profit? And then we'll talk about when to take profits. So what exactly does it mean to take profits? Crypto God, let's go to you.
Well, I follow Crypto Murph's advice when it comes to taking profit. Essentially, whatever amount I have in my portfolio. So if let's say I'm trading or investing in, let's say Fartcoin, since you talked about that a couple of weeks ago. Whenever it gets to a point where my investment, my initial, investment, or whatever I want to call it, trading or investment funds, whatever funds I put in there, whenever it gets past that, I take any profits, anything over what I've invested into that coin, I take it out, right? And the way it works when you're talking about taking profits and stuff out, when you take out, it's actually at the lowest price that you have purchased it at. Correct. I don't want to get too technical, but essentially taking profit is, whatever money that money made, take it out, put it somewhere else, keep it in a different, you can keep it in USDC, you can take it out, you can go spend it or whatever, but that's all profit. That's money that you've made on your investment, money that you've made on the money that you've actually invested in whatever project it is. So I just take that out, and keep in mind when the actual price of the coin drops, your profit is higher. So it's hard to explain it, it's I want to not talk to people's because I'm very trying to be cautious of that, but essentially just the basic concept is whatever money that you've made on the money that you invested, take it out. When it gets to a point where you are comfortable, taking it out, because what happens is if you don't take out, and it goes back down. Now you just left all that money on the table. You just lost
That's
it.
right.
And it may not go
That's
back
right.
up unless it's like a Bitcoin or XRP or, Cardano and stuff like that. So always take profits. At least that's my opinion, right? When you've made money on your money and it's gotten to a point, listen to Crypto Murph, kind of go through the charts and see what's a good, kind of take profit point. And when it comes anywhere near that, take profits.
So I want to Vin Roxo, I want to come to you, and then Murph, we're going to come to you because you are the master at paying the trader, right? No one works for free.
Now.
Well, some people do, but
after not paying the trader, I learned. Jesus Christ.
So Vin, a lot of people be starving themselves, and that is a horrible situation to be in. That's why we're trying to talk to y'all about taking profit. Vin Roxo, let me ask you this, right? So there are different approaches to taking profit. For example, anybody who's watched the show, you have heard Crypto Knight talk about his rule of tens, where if he has a 10% gain, he's going to sell off 10% of the coins that he holds, and he will do that time and time again. Some people want to hunt for the big gains. So if you put in $500, you may want to see the value of that be $1,500 before you sell some and pull it out. Some people more conservative, 5%. Maybe they want a what we call a 1x. You put in $100, it goes up to $200 in value, and you sell half. Vin Roxo, for you being the crypto skeptic of the group, what do you think about taking profit? What is your approach to taking profit? What have you found successful for you, especially being somebody who's skeptical of cryptocurrency, like a lot of our viewers?
Well, listen, my strategy is a little bit different. I'm a big game hunter, except for when I'm in the club. I'm never big game in the club. I'm a big game hunter when we're out here trying to make this money. So I keep it real simple. I'm going to follow what Crypto Murph is saying when it comes to when to get in and when to get out. Once my profits equal the amount of money I put in, meaning I have made 100% on my money, I pull out my original investment and I let the rest ride like a lotto ticket. Because my thing is, I don't know if that thing, I might lose all my money, or I might go ahead like Bitcoin and, be up, double that. 100 mil. I might be up 50 mil. I might be up 10,000. I don't know. But my thing is, I'm going to let it ride. Once I have doubled my money, I pull my original profit out. I'm playing with house money, and I'm just going to the wheels fall off. Let's go. Like for me, big game. I'm playing for a lot of tickets and big time wins.
And that is a good plan for people who are whether it be financially positioned or mentally positioned like you, as it pertains to this bull cycle. Right now, Murph, and for the viewers, it gets way more complicated than we're talking about. Only you can decide what works for you as it pertains to taking profit. So just because Vid Roxo, Mr. Hollywood, Mr. Black Bruce Wayne, right, Mr. Costco Vin Diesel, because he's a big game hunter, doesn't mean you have to big game hunt. Okay, so I want to make that clear. But Crypto Murph, for you, what are some ideas of taking profit? If you can talk about a couple of them that maybe you've used or seen people use.
Sure. So let me start by telling you guys that you're looking at the one who didn't take profits nowhere entirely enough in the last cycle. Like I was just so ecstatic. I was watching the counts go up. I was like, oh, this is amazing. And literally, I'm like, oh, if it did 30, 40%, surely it could do 30 or 40 more. And I'm just pouring money. I have this strategy. I quote unquote know finance better than the average bear. Everything, life's great. And all of a sudden, this crypto market literally introduced me to crypto trading and investing all in one swoop, 101. And it was like, nope, those 5Xs are about to break even now. And I'm like, hold on, but I don't understand what just happened. Are we in World War III? I mean, like, what's going on? So I will say, I will start my opinion or my thoughts off like saying this. I enter every trade. I don't care if it's an investment or a long or short-term trade. with the intentions of having what I call a free trade. I want to get to break even as quickly and as easily as possible. So if that means I take profits at a 25% clip per leg up until I recover my initial investment, then that's what I'll do. And use the project and how much money I've invested in it dictates kind of what my take profit strategy is, if you will. So on my larger positions, like with Bitcoin and some of these positions that I intend on holding long term, I'm not necessarily going to shave off a lot unless it does some, ridiculous number like 2x. And if you get a 2x in Bitcoin, it's going to be over a period of time because the asset class itself, the asset itself is $2 trillion. So you're not going to see it just double in one day, right? But if you got some of these smaller, projects that I'm invested in, and they go up, 70, 80% in a week, then I'm going to pull 30% of that off. And the entire thought process that I'm having in my mind is the second I can get to break even, which essentially makes this a free trade as crypto, as Ben Roxel referenced, then I'm playing with house money. The intentions for me at every single investment or trade, I want a free trade. I want to get as quickly as I can to break even. At that point, let's run it.
Crypto Bam, can I clarify something? When I
Yeah,
said I'm
up?
trying to get to the 1x and pull my original investment out, that's not off of one trade. I will literally watch Crypto Murph go, and I may jump in and out that coin 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
Once I get to where my profit is 100%, I pull up my original investment, then I'm letting it ride, right? So I want to make sure you guys know I'm not waiting on that one trade. It might not be the move. I might jump in at 116, it goes 158, I sell it at 150. I might make, my money on that investment, and then I do it again during another drop, right? But I'm pulling it out after multiple trades. It usually doesn't happen after just one trade for me.
I tell you, some trades, some trades you can make all the educated guesses in the world, and it looks good, and it just doesn't eat. It just doesn't eat. Those trades you get out when you can, and if it hits, like there's a couple of things, man. If I get what I put in, I'm running so far away from it and never look
coin.
I don't want to see it again.
Listen. Aurora, Pepe. I've been waiting to eat from them people. Yo, they're not paying. Listen, if I get my investment back, I'm out. So some coins you want to get. It's a bad relationship. Just break it off. Break it off. It's not gonna do anything for you.
Do not marry these coins. If it's not one of your staples that you believe in.
You got the wifeys and you got the
yes. This is for the weekend. This is for a good time, not for a long time.
Hey, Crypto,
horrible.
Hey, by the way,
not marry these coins.
Don't think I let you slide with them T-Move and Roxel jokes you got going on. T-Move and Diesel you got it on your boy. Them berries and juices you got it. And your girl get to your head over there. Don't think I didn't catch that.
I told Bam, I said Bam rocking the wet look tonight.
Yeah,
that's what.
Look at this thing. Look at this. This is
Bam.
Y'all
Bam
gonna
swam
mess
to the
around.
line.
Just for me.
It's gonna mess around and be it. This gonna be the next meme coin. That's gonna be the next meme coin, baby.
Well, let me know before you launch it so I can front run it. I want to front run it.
Oh,
Man,
see
got
y'all.
the wet wavy coin.
Hey,
I'm done with y'all, bro.
Wet and wavy.
I can't.
so
Wet wavy coin.
for those of y'all watching, and some of y'all, if this is the first episode you've tuned in, number one, bless your heart for riding with us. We love you.
Thank
We
you for your
appreciate you. And one of the key things you need to know before we get to the next segment is that we want you to be a part of the CMM community, man. Crypto Money Movers is not anything other than a bunch of homeboys talking about making money, investing, and changing our lives, our families' lives, those around us lives. And we want you to be a part of that and join our community. So like, subscribe, tune in weekly, talk to us in the chat. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to joke on each other. We got T-Move and Diesel over there. But
T-Move Diesel over here.
So We talked about trading and investing. We talked about what does it mean to take profit, kind of when do you take profit. And there is a key thing. So if you want to trade or if you're looking for good buy points, and that is why it's time for technical analysis.
What's up, good people? It's your boy Crypto Murph, and it's good to be back. Feels good to be home. I missed you guys last week, but I was able to tune in, and I saw that you guys replayed some of the TA that we did on Fart Corner. So I hope you found that useful. But of course, new week, new project, new things in store for you. So you don't want to hear about that anymore. Let's get into what we're going to talk about this week. And I know that you guys, I had some homework you guys had to do the last couple of weeks, and I'm still in the process of checking that. So, spare with me, and we'll make sure that we have a couple more assignments for you guys moving forward. But as you can imagine and would anticipate, it takes us first to none other than where? CoinMarketCap, which is our landing page. And this week, before we even get into the project that I'm going to bring to you guys, the first thing that stands out is this figure right here. We're inching closer and closer to the infamous altcoin season, baby. So we're getting excited.
Can't wait.
And green is starting to we're starting to see trending tokens that don't include BTC or not only BTCs. So we're starting to see some things that are getting real frothy, if you will, in the market, which leads me to my next project. And I hope you guys, if you have your pen and paper out, make sure you take notes, because this is a project that I'm very, very, very bullish on. And again, non-financial advice is your money. Do what makes you happy. If you want to buy some at your own discretion, that's your choice. But it takes us to none other than Aerodrome Finance. And I'm going to scroll down. Do our recon. There's a protocol, guys. If you've seen, we never just go ape into projects. None of that nonsense. We do our due diligence. And it's number 98 on CoinMarketCap. So let's click on it and see what Arrow is talking about. So the first thing that's important to know about Arrow is that it's on the Base blockchain, which is a very, very prominent Coinbase, if you will, the centralized exchange where you can buy and sell crypto. This is where this Base's network, this project's network is built on. Also, if you want to know what it does, it's pretty much essentially like it serves as a liquidity hub for Coinbase's decentralized exchanges. So think of it like this. It makes sure it navigates traffic lanes, if you will, to make sure there's not any congestion when there's a lot of people that wants to buy and sell crypto on Coinbase's account, their exchange. So what Aerodrome does, it comes in and helps facilitate and kind of makes that process very fluent. So you can see the importance of a project like Aerodrome moving forward if we're entering into a cycle where there may be some more adoption and retail starting to put more money into it. You want to have a project like this. So it's directly tied to Aerodrome. And I've already done a lot of the charting, and I'll go ahead and pull that up. But before we do, market cap 780 million. And if you're probably looking at where it's been, this is on the historics of Aerodrome. Just back in December, Aerodrome was at about $2.21, which essentially is almost a 2.5x from where it is current to date. And if you are even more technical and you want to know, okay, well, that's cool about price. Tell me what the market cap was back when that price was there. Boom, got something for you. Click on market price right here. You can go back to that same date, and you can see that back then, the market cap, when it was at its all-time high, was essentially $1.56 billion versus a 7.8 million market cap to date. So it shows you that there's a lot of room to run. And you can see obviously here from the charts, it looks like it potentially, has a pretty significant leg up if we can get back to our all-time highs, which was only 6 months ago. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into TradingView, which you guys should all be signed up for. Should already be familiar with our RSI, which we went over on our last TA segment. We should already be charting and looking at different assets, and that's going to be a part of your homework assignment for next week. But I haven't gotten there yet. Let's go ahead and tune into Arrow, and I've tuned it up for you. just as I did with Fort Coin weeks ago, I like to look at what's considered a larger time frame. Now, some of this stuff may look like a EKG, may be a little confusing. The only thing you need to see on this particular screen, guys, and I'm going to highlight it for you. I'm going to blow it up. The only thing that you need to see is this white line crossing this yellow line and coming close to what's considered price action or one of your candles, because this is where aerodrome is. That is the ultimate indicator for when there's a potential good opportunity to get into a trade.
Is that a bull flag, Max?
That is
that look juicy.
Crypto Murph.
It
It's a
looks
bull
very,
flag.
that is a bull flag. And so what you would could anticipate that could happen here is that, you know, this particular project or asset, which is Aerodrome, on the one-day Coinbase chart. So if you have Coinbase, you have access to this asset. Could potentially play in the zone. You're going to have some ups and downs. Don't think that it's going to go straight up. My guess would be that it's not. You're probably going to see, as you already have in this bull flag, some ups and downs. But there's a high likeliness that it'll stay somewhere in this chart. And at some point, you ready for it? Drum rolls. My prediction is, boom, 145 2-ish. 145. And that's from 90. Now, let me be very clear, because I don't want you guys coming back next week and saying, it's not at 145. It's probably a one-day chart. They actually be looking to the middle, early August, maybe, which is what? 2 or 3 weeks away. 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks from now, not that far. But I have, based off the TA and what I'm seeing, and again, this is a project I'm extremely bullish on. So you can believe that I have it in my bag. I have our TA going somewhere between 143 to 145. You heard it here first. Tomorrow's news today. Just my opinion, whatever it's worth to you.
Time to make some money, y'all.
I hope you locked in and you're paying attention, because
Roxel likes them bull flags. I tell you what.
Hey fellas, this is why you don't sell your projects. This is why you don't sell your projects without checking with Crypto Murph first, because I dead ass just closed my Aerodrome position at 91 cents 2 weeks ago.
Here's another opportunity.
Charts.
Listen, opportunity is always here in crypto. You just gotta find it and know that you are the opportunity. So here, guys, before I kick it back over to the studio, here's your assignment for next week. First of all, keep Aerodrome on your radar. Again, I don't know what price action is going to do. No one does. I'm giving you the TA based off a large time frame and what it should do based off our moving averages. What I would like for you to do between now and next Sunday is I want you to look at 5 coins of your pickings and 5 different narratives. And you're probably like, what the hell is that? So 5 different narratives. I want you to pick one that's a meme. I want you to pick one that's a stable coin. It can be Bitcoin, it could be Ethereum, whatever your coin of preference is. I want you to pick one that's a RWA. And I'll give you guys a hint. You can find all these coins back where? At our landing page at CoinMarketCap. I'll even take you there to show you. Let's go back to the CoinMarketCap landing page. All these areas right here are your narratives. I want you to pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one of each of these narratives for a total of 5, and drop them and actually watch them for 1 week. This week from Sunday to Monday, or Sunday to next Sunday, and comment in the section, drop an email to our email, to the chat if you have a question about them. And what we will do is we will actually chart them for you and send them to you on different time frames to help you understand whether first of all, our opinion on the coin, 1, and then 2, help you understand why we have that opinion, whether we think it's something that probably is not going to perform, something that's kind of flat, something that's going to probably fall off the cliff, or something that's going to perform. So do that. Continue to look at CoinMarketCap, our landing page. Make sure you're taking your time and you're spending some time over at TradingView, looking at charts. We're going to be actually spending some time off of the live to make sure that for the people who are interested in learning how to chart, that we actually offer that too as an opportunity. So stay tuned for that. And then the last thing I'll leave you with, guys, is on Wednesday, this coming up Wednesday, if you're thinking about getting into crypto, buying something, selling something, make sure before you do, you check out the local news. because our Federal Reserve Chair, Jerome Powell, will be speaking. In those days, usually the market is literally helter-skelter.
Yeah.
So I don't want you running in and jumping in front of a moving train. I don't want you catching a moving knife, a falling knife, nor do I want you missing out on opportunity. So make sure on Wednesday you're tuned in before you start making any purchase and transaction decisions related to crypto or stocks, because his decision about the interest rates for the capital markets is going to affect all the capital markets. So make sure you tuned in. But until next week, you have your homework. Like I always tell you, show me the charts, I'll tell you the news. It's Crypto Murph. See you next Sunday.
Hey,
Crypto Murph,
man.
one quick question since you delved into my world with the with Jerome Powell and the Fed.
Yep.
I'm expecting a rate drop. If that does occur, how do you feel that will affect crypto overall? In any specific utility coins or any specific coins that we're talking about today?
So twofold. If we get a rate drop, and I'll just give you guys my opinion.
I'm hoping for a rate drop. I don't know.
Hoping over there, like fingers crossed.
Shouldn't say expecting. That's a little different.
Come on, Jerome.
What I'm expecting, I'm expecting rates to stay the same, and I'm thinking that we'll get a rate drop at the next FOMC meeting, which I think is in September-ish. Don't quote me on that. So I think we'll be flat again. Too many of our economic indicators, guys, and I don't want to get too technical here, have come out relatively bullish recently. So I don't think the Fed is going to feel pressured to actually lower interest rates. I think he's going to say, oh, you know what? Things are pretty good. Yeah, they could be better, but they're definitely not that bad. So I'm anticipating rates to be flat. However, to answer your question, if rates were to be cut, the amount of interest from retail as well as institutional funds that would enter into all the capital markets, that's foreign exchange, that's equities, that's definitely and certainly crypto, I think would send this quote unquote alt season, literally it would kick it into overdrive so much faster and so much quicker, because at that point the cost of money is a lot cheaper. Everyone can kind of jump on and look at their projects and things that they have in their bag, and they feel confident about them because they start seeing gains quicker. The thing about the Fed, the Fed kind of holds the market hostage because we don't know what they're going to do. And usually the market doesn't like fear and uncertainty. That's usually one of those things that causes a drop in the market. So to answer your question, if we happen to get, a drop out of the blue or unexpectedly, I hope you have your bags packed, which is
it's gonna take off.
That's why you're not gonna have time to go get your bags. They're gonna take off before. It's gonna be an explosion.
I'm hoping and expecting for 2 to 3 rate cuts before the year is out. Correct. And so my hope is, if that's going to occur, they may have to start now. This is Roxel's wishful thinking, right? But either way, if the rate drops September, if it drops in August, if it drops in November, Ben Roxel's ready. My listen, I'm secure. That's the most somebody suited up and packed. When that rocket take off, I'm already on it. Pack your bags.
Well, I'll say that. I'll say, fellas, that the talk of the Fed and cousin Jerome Powell, somebody needs to invite him to the cookout so he can get his belly full of these rates.
Damn, he likes South Carolina.
Hey, I know, man. Hey, look, there's this misconception, I think, from the outside, and some viewers may see it that way because they're not in crypto yet, that crypto market is completely detached from the rest of the world and the economy and the Fed and all that. And that's not the case. Now, you do have your DeFi arena where they just do whatever they do. But for the most part, the crypto market reacts to world events. It reacts to interest rates up and down. It reacts stimulus money. You want to see a real crypto run? Y'all get Trump to go give people $2,500 and see what happened with this crypto market, right? But all of that said, the crypto market can sometimes have a complete mind of its own, and that takes us quickly into the craziest thing in crypto today. So, the craziest thing in crypto today, we're going to look at a project called Zora. This is a meme coin. It's actually listed on Coinbase as a quote unquote experimental asset where you're supposed to click to learn more. I don't buy that stuff myself. I think I've only jumped in one experimental asset, maybe movement. I think some of us had movement back in the day.
Yeah.
But Zora, bro, Zora has just gone ballistic. And if you look at the daily, it was up significantly. On the week, it was up uber significantly, over 300% on the week. And if you look at the month, this thing was up over 1,000%.
Bro, that's crack. They moving drugs, man. You don't rap.
This shit is impossible. This shit is impossible.
Yeah,
New Jack City, man. Get out of here, bro.
Yo,
1,000%
a week. Like what?
1,000%.
11x your money a week. What?
I'm about to say people putting $1,000 in, walking out on Tuesday rich. He was like, "What,
bro?" Yo,
that's crazy.
I'm telling you, man. Like literally,
you can't make this shit up, man. I'm telling you,
you can't make it up, man.
The money moving weight. What are they talking about?
Yo, Zora's performance on the month is a perfect example of why you don't have to be a drug dealer to double up your money. You can find some Zora.
That's 1 month. That's crazy.
One
Literally,
freaking month
is the distinction between crypto and equities. That right there.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh yeah, you ain't seen a stock do that.
I've not. Listen, it's light and day when it comes to
stock. You ain't seen weight do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Weight don't do that either.
11x your money.
No more to it.
That's crazy. That is absolutely insane.
Yo, but you know what's even crazier, y'all? If you actually take the time and go to the website, you can look and see what Zora actually does. And I went down the rabbit hole. And guys, it's literally like a social media type site, I guess, where you post things, pictures of things, and they become their own little memes. Like you're seeing, look at Bugs Bunny, bro. Like he's iced out.
Cool. NFT, yeah, that's cool.
Yo, and people go buy them. And if you look at some of the prices, I'm over here like, I picked the wrong career field because people have money to buy.
Oh, that's
look,
dope.
it is, but 156.
Are these NFTs, crypto man?
Yeah, $129,000, bro.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's crazy.
Nice.
And this is what Zora does. People go and they post and they sell, and X number of people buy it. And literally, I guess the Zora crypto token is what is burned for the transactions or whatever the case is. I ain't go that deep.
Yes, for you.
Because it is what it is. I saw it pumped over 1,000% in 1 month, and I realized I done missed that boat. I'm not going to try to jump on it.
Yep. Hey, Crypto Bam, to that point, because I got to make sure I'm being honest to the people. So I saw Zora on Token Metrics about, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago, because one of the communities I'm in put it out, and they put it out with 20 different coins. So it wasn't anything special about that one. Yeah. I didn't do a lottery con, but I saw it when it started breaking out because the group also was chiming in. Mm-hmm. And the first thing, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I want to make sure I really reiterate this point. Do not chase the pump. And I'm proud of myself because I, in the past, have been a sucker for chasing the pump and losing my freaking money. And I didn't do it on Zora, even though it went up all these thousands of percents. And I probably actually would have been okay this one time chasing it. But of course, there'll be the one time that I don't. And then the next time I'll do it and I'll get wrecked. Do not chase the point. Excellent project, but once it's gone, guys, it's gone.
It's gone.
And that's the beauty of the crypto market. And one reason why at CMM we want to bring y'all the craziest thing we saw today is because every single day you will see something like this happen.
Facts.
You don't have to chase the pump and lose your money or lose your pants in the process or your house. Some people go ridiculous with it and become damn homeless chasing a pump, wanting to get rich quick. The goal, for example, if you use Coinbase, and then we'll pivot here to final thoughts. But if you go to the Explore tab on Coinbase, you have top gainers, you have top losers, you have most searched, etc. If you see a project on top gainers, and I need y'all to come in close. So I need you to literally hear this, y'all. If you see a project on top gainers and it has already pumped 250%, go find something else.
Amen.
Can't say it any cleaner, bro. Like, go find something else. If you chase the pump, and don't be in the comments or on our Instagram page talking about you lost all your money and expect sympathy, because we're talking about technical analysis. We're talking about coin market cap, really Crypto Murph, Crypto God, Ben Roxwell, everybody. We discuss this stuff, y'all. Use your common sense. You want to identify these projects before they land on that top gainers. And when you see yours on top gainers, that's when you go dump it.
Exactly.
Or you take some profit. Let me not say it like that.
But no, it's back to Ben Roxwell's point about, selling, you buy low, sell high. That's really what it is. You don't want to be buying the premium, to your point. I mean, let me say it like this, and it may come across the wrong way, but oh hell, we'll go for it anyway.
We're all family.
If you're out having a good time and you see a pretty young lady, or if you're a girl and see a handsome guy, once they leave with somebody else, they ain't going with you no more. Like, do not start looking elsewhere. If that's what you've been watching all night, that's not gonna play for you.
They sitting there thinking like, she gonna come back.
He or she has gone already. It's a wrap. I know you were watching it and it looks shy. I'm sure. However, they already left. It's gone.
And B done turned down some quality options, waiting on her to come back.
They are leaving.
They ain't coming back, bro. They're gone. They're gone. That is a perfect point. So, guys, look, and I love this. We're able to laugh, talk common sense, talk about money, talk about investing, building wealth, things that so many of us weren't able to do with time previously. But in the day and age of the internet, everybody can make money. So with that said, let's go around the horn for some final thoughts. Vin Roxwell, we're going to go to you, then Crypto God, then Crypto Murph, and I'll bring us home.
I mean, my final thought is real simple. I mean, I'm excited about the week to come. I like some of the coins we've been looking at. Again, I've got my strategy, so I'm kind of, big game hunter playing for some lotto tickets. I'm still somewhat skeptical until I get out of that. I'm going to keep my same strategy, but it's been working. I mean, I've got some coins right now that I'm up about 70-80%. So when I get to the 100%, I'm gonna pull out and let it ride and see what we do. So as we do on this show, let's make this money. Let's share. There's enough for it to go around. And I'm just following Crypto Murph. Sure that, I'm buying and selling what he's putting in the on the screen. Let's do it.
This is a PG show because I definitely had a comment about you talking about pulling out just now, but I'm gonna let it go.
Yo, y'all already know where my mind was.
Oh man. Final thoughts. Okay, so I tell people all the time, man. I remember exactly where I was when I missed the opportunity to get into cryptocurrency. It was about 12 years ago. I'm in Colombia. We had a meeting, and the guy that we had a meeting with, he brought a couple of his associates with him, and they were, one of them had a Bitcoin logo on his shirt, and this is like brand new. You've heard about it, but you didn't really hear about it, right? So I literally was like, okay, why is he wearing a Bitcoin shirt? Like, that's not even like a thing. Like, people talk about it, but isn't that the thing where you like spend money to buy money that you can't use? Like, why would anybody do that? Like, that makes no sense. And those guys was like, yeah. And this was not a Bitcoin meeting, but they were just talking about it because they had invested their life savings in it, and they just had like high hopes for it. And I was just like thinking they were like the craziest people ever, 3 white boys. So 10 years later, Bitcoin was like $57 at the time. They're billionaires right now. So like I said, listen, if I had to put just a little bit of money in Bitcoin back then, it would be, I don't know, it would be worth so much. I can't even think about the number right now. It would be something astronomical because it was $57. It's 118 right now. So I say that to say I've missed that opportunity. I've missed others just because I wasn't well versed in the concept of cryptocurrency trading and stuff like that. So if that's where you are, I get it. Don't let that stop you. It is a real thing. If I had listened to those guys 12 years ago, it would have been it'd be literally like life-changing type of experience, right? So I understand the need to understand things because you're putting money into it. But cryptocurrency is one of those things. Just keep learning, but get into it because it's not going anywhere. It is going to be the standard, right? It's only 6 to 7% of the population of the world using it right now. It's growing astronomically. It's not going anywhere. Don't miss the boat like I did. Get into it. Even if you don't understand it, get into it. Trust your boy. Get into it.
Yes, indeed. So I'll tell you, final thoughts, two things. Definitely everything that the crypto god invents said. Make sure that you're patient. Get the education. And more importantly, guys, tune in, lock in, enjoy the journey. You know, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You're not going to, spend $1,000 on something I show you on TA and then all of a sudden be able to retire your bloodline. It's not going to happen. If you do, okay, great. I hope so, but I wouldn't be. That's not what we're betting on. Check your emotions at the door. I would tell you every Sunday night at 8 o'clock when you tune in, we want you to come here, leave your weekend, at the door, leave your emotions. There's no place for emotions in crypto. I promise you. I've learned the hard way. So please, my whole MO here is to make sure you guys don't have to make the mistakes that I made in the last cycle. And I did relatively well, but I should have done significantly better. I just didn't have anyone to give me the education and give me the foresight that I'm going to make sure you guys have so that you can protect all your winnings and you keep as much as your money that you earn in this cycle that I do believe is coming up soon. So like your boy Crypto Murph always tell you, show me the charts, what? I'll tell you the news. Until next week, folks, good to see you. Crypto Murph.
And guys, I will just say this, and I'm going to end this show with a quote from Malcolm X, actually. Because it applies perfectly here. It says, the future belongs to those who prepare for it today. And that's what we're talking about doing with cryptocurrency, guys. Inform yourself. Get ahead of the curve. Prepare today for the future that is happening right now. And don't get left behind, man, because I can tell y'all one thing about me and these fellas is that when it comes to cryptocurrency, baby, we ain't what? We ain't never getting out.
Get it.
Until next time.
Crypto Bam, I like that X quote. You know what I'm saying? You got that Detroit red conch in your head right now.
That's right.
You got that Detroit red going on.